Extreme heat and extreme fire dangers impacting parts of South Australia and Victoria today, and even down into Tasmania. Firstly, one of the main drivers is this intense heat moving across much of central and southern parts of the country. Temperatures into the high 40s through northern parts of South Australia and getting down into the mid 40s, even down towards the Adelaide area, looking at 43 degrees there. That heat also moving into parts of New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania today. Then we're going to see that shift eastwards as we move into tomorrow, with the heat focusing through Western Queensland, again through New South Wales and down into southern parts of Victoria, and again another hot day through Tasmania with strong and gusty winds. And that's a concern right now because we have a number of fires ongoing through northwestern parts of Tasmania, and we could see damaging winds with that later today into tonight, letting those fires run. And then we could see a very strong wind change, which I'll show shortly, which could really impact those fire zones. So hot, dry, windy weather, what does that mean? Extreme fire dangers for southern parts of South Australia, also extending into the mountain lofty ranges with high fire dangers for much of the rest of the state. Then, and to get into Victoria, we're seeing extreme fire dangers on Thursday ahead of that wind change, also including the Melbourne metropolitan area. So what that means, if you live in these orange highlighted areas today and tomorrow, any fires that do get going will likely be uncontrollable and uncontainable, leading to dangerous and erratic fire behaviour. So please, particularly if you live in bushland or shrubby areas, make sure you stay up to date with latest forecasts and warnings and listen to any advice from emergency services. Now let's look at that change tomorrow as it moves through today, tonight and tomorrow. By this afternoon, we'll see the change moving into western parts of South Australia with that heat feeding down in the northerly winds ahead of that. And then it's going to move through the Adelaide area into the overnight hours. And we're also likely to see pretty strong winds across parts of Tasmania as well today and into tonight. Then as we move into Thursday morning, that cool change will sweep across much of southern and even into inland parts of South Australia while approaching western parts of Victoria, while hot, dry and windy weather will continue ahead of that change, particularly through Victoria and Tasmania, and that means some dangerous conditions for our fire zones in northwestern Tassie. Then we're likely to see a very strong and gusty wind shift as we move through Thursday afternoon into Thursday night, and that'll shift the winds from northerly to more of a west-northwesterly in parts of Tasmania and bring much cooler conditions to coastal areas as well of Victoria. And then that'll spread across much of the inland areas as we move through on Thursday into Friday. We could even see temperatures below average through much of southeastern parts of the country, with possible snow for highland areas on Saturday through Tasmania and Victoria. And finally, unfortunately, there is not much rain with this system, so we're going to see a lot of wind, maybe some isolated showers and thunderstorms with the change as it moves through on Thursday morning. And again, maybe some showers and thunderstorms, possibly severe through central Victoria and into Tasmania on Thursday, but very quick, meaning little to no rainfall. So if you live in southern parts of Victoria or southern parts of South Australia or in Tasmania, make sure you stay up to date with the latest forecasts and warnings via our website and app, and listen to all advice from emergency services.